Hello, it's been a while. Nicholas here. I can't even remember. I always don't remember the number of these episodes. I think I need to start checking these things before I start speaking. But regardless, today I'm going to be discussing how I decide which project to say no to. Now, it's not all projects that I do work that come my way that I do the work for. So it's not all clients I work for. I actually have how do I say this now? I actually suggest that you filter out projects when you are trying to get or onboard a new client. So the reason why is because I've said this numerous times. This is a long-term game, it's not short-term. We are not in it to make money right now and have a bad experience with the clients and just close the door. Now, if you take a project that your heart of hearts, you know is not right for you, and at the end of the day, the client is not happy and you are not happy, you end up seeing that you lose on all fronts because the money is not going to be worth the value of referrals. I keep saying that freelancing is a game of referrals. If you want to play it at the high level, it's referrals. Ads is what gets you to start playing the game. But where the money really is in referrals. And to get referrals, you need to build a very good relationship with your clients. So this is what I'm saying from personal experience. Now, if you are not careful with the kind of projects you take, you might end up having a bad reputation and people not wanting to work with you and people saying, nah, he cannot deliver on this project, which is not what you want. You actually want people to trust you, to know that when it comes to this project, give it to Nicholas and sleep, you get it done. And the only way to do that is if you actually enjoy what you're working on. One. Two, if you actually like the client. There are some clients that I do have that I actually like, and I'm like, normally things that be cause friction, I just try to avoid it because I actually like the client. He's reasonable. Is turned into a friendship of some sorts, right? So you need to look out for those things when discussing with the client. But I know it's difficult because if you're starting out, it might be difficult to be saying no to projects, especially when, let's say, you are broke, you don't have any money to fall back on, and nada, nada, nada. Now, this is what I actually tell people who reach out to me that are that are within that situation. I don't have money. This client is offering me this money. I feel like the money is not worth the value of what I am building, or maybe this client is a nuisance, is disturbing me, or whatever his status. I try to tell them to think of the money as your gateway or as the gate being opened for you and just forget about it. So if you are trying to enter into a building, the gate has to open for you to enter into the building, right? Now, if the gate is closed, you can't even enter the building, but the gate just does one primary function, which is to open or close. Now, if you are thinking of the money as the building, okay, now I may be saying something that may sound crazy, but just bear with me out. Follow me through what I'm trying to say. If you think of the money as the building, you're trying to get home, right? The money becomes the central focus of what you're trying to achieve. I mean, when you're in that situation, at some point, you have to think of the money as parts of the building, but the money cannot be the entire building. But you're in the situation where you're trying to grow your brand or you're trying to grow as a freelancer and you don't want to lose a client, even though you're not happy working with that client, think of the money as the gate and not even part of the building or the building. Now, where I see them make a mistake is they think of the money as the building, whereby if they are not entering into the building, then there is no point. Or if they work on it and take the end goal to go into the building, right, they will not be happy because they'll feel like, this client is cheating me. Now, if you think of it as the gate, it does not matter how much it is. The main thing is let you just enter inside. Even if it's offering you 10,000 naira, even if it is 1,000 naira, if you can get the job done and you don't have any other job you're working on and you want to build a relationship, take the money and forget about it. Maybe use it and buy anything that would make you happy. Don't even think of it as an investment money. If there is a light that you're looking for, use it and buy it, so that whenever you look at it, you know that is what you suffered to get. Let me give you my personal story. When I was starting out, this is 2019. I've started freelancing for a long time. I started programming 2013, but I took it serious 2018, December 2018. Now in 2019, there was I had this issue of I did not have a microwave. I was just starting out. I did not have a fridge, and I just had my bed, and all this camp gas, and a plastic table and chair, right? And I'll be working very, very hard. But I'll take the money and I'll reinvest it back into getting more clients using ads on Narela. A lot of you know my story by this point. But I got so tired of warming my food all the time because I did not have, like I said, I did not have any cash. All the money I had was used to get bed, uh, plastic table and chair, camp gas, some utensils, and generator. And any other money I get, I put it back into the business by running ads. So at some point, I got tired of warming my food. And a client reached out to me for a project, and I know that this project was way below the amount he was offering for. I think at that time it was 400 and a bit 300 and something thousand at that time. But normally that project at that time should be almost a million, 1.2 million naira. But I was tired of warming food all the time because I did not have a microwave, and I did not have shit, basically electronics. But I took the project. Now what did I do? I looked at it like a gateway, and I did not care whatever he was saying regarding that project. I know I'm going to overwork myself. I made myself already aware of that. I know that I'm going to um, try and please this client so that we build a long-term relationship. And the money was just a gateway to open. What did I use the money to do? When he paid me some part of the money, I took it and I bought microwave, and I bought refrigerator, and I bought AC. So you will not believe me, but at that time, AC was 90,000 or 80 something thousand. At that time, it's something thousand naira. This was 2019. And it was not even inverter AC. It was non inverter AC. I don't even think inverter AC was there at that time. I may be wrong. But when I took that cash, I forgot about anything regarding monetary value because I've already known that he's cheating me on this project. But I need the money. And it gave me the opportunity to work for the client happy, right? With joy in my heart, because I already knew that I'm not looking at the money as the end goal. And I thank God for that decision because, like I said, referral is the ultimate game in freelancing. That same client, even though he cheated me and he did not, the project was a very difficult project. People that knew me then knew the kind of stress I went through working on that project. But he referred me to other people that paid me way, way, way bigger amount of money. Even till this day, 2026, we still talk, and he'll tell me that if he knows somebody, he will refer me. And now that we are doing updates on his software, I charge normal prices, and he's paying it because he knows that at this point he feels very comfortable working with me, and looking for somebody else is a headache on its own, right? So this is the entryway if you are in that situation. Now, let's say you have gone out of that situation, because you need to be able to be careful. You have built your reputation. People have known you. People know that you can deliver. So you are now in a more situation whereby that's if you are good with your money and you are careful with your money. I think I've done other videos explaining how to be good with your money. Or keep your money. Think of how you pay yourself a salary every month. Invest the remaining part of your money in your own business that is going to bring in return for you. Then, if you have done all those things and you are doing right, you get to a point 6 years from a while of doing this business, you feel a little bit more comfortable. Now, this is where you need to know how to say no, because this is where it gets very tricky. Because if you have really started building your reputation, you will find out that, and you are be careful with your money, you can relax a little bit. You don't need to be walking like a dog, like how you were doing earlier on. And this is the time to say, okay, I'm not working on this and I'm not working on this. It does not necessarily still mean that if somebody is trying to give you money that will open the gate for you, you don't take it to enter into a bigger building. So what I mean by this is, um, let's say somebody is offering you 8 million for a project, and in your heart of hearts, you know that project is maybe, let's say, is worth 20 million to be done, right? If you are looking at it like this is going to be the gateway money that will take me to a bigger building, you need to take it. But if somebody is offering you 300,000 for a project, and your heart of hearts, you know that, oh, this project is 1.5, the 300,000 does not take you to a bigger building, right? It keeps you, as if you are even going back. And if you are going back is not the way, you need to be ahead, forward, ever thinking, right? So if you have gotten to the point where you are now in the building, the only thing you can do is keep building in that building, or if they give you another gateway money to enter another bigger building, you take it and enter into that building and keep building. If they give you another bigger money to enter, like let's say you have entered into like 4 or 5 buildings. I know I keep saying buildings, but if you follow along, I think carefully, you understand what I'm saying. And you are going to bigger buildings. Somebody's offering you 100 million for a project that maybe you believe is a trillion naira, for example. But it's a gateway to enter into the big building. You take it. So look at it that way, right? But not when you're already in the building. Let's say you're in building A, somebody is offering you money that is still that is a gateway money to building A. It is not worth it at that point. So you just need to say no. The stress can never be worth it because you're actually going back. And you would lose a lot in opportunity cost, because if somebody else comes and is offering you money that is in that building, you cannot take it. You'll be just going back to the gate. Who does that? So always be very careful when working with clients that are taking you back. You are the only person that can know if you're going back or forward, or you're in the same place. Nobody else can tell you. Now, if a situation arises whereby somebody is taking you back, you like these clients and you don't mind, you take it. Because where post problems happen is when you say yes, but in your heart of hearts, you are not happy to work on that project. That is where the problem occurs. If you are if you are in your heart of hearts, you're happy to work on the project, you are joyful, you want to experiment, you want to challenge yourself, you will never feel funny or feel bad or feel any type of way. You'll be happy to do it. In fact, you'll be grateful for the job, right? But if in your heart of hearts you do know that okay, I don't want to work on this, I don't feel like this is taking me forward, you end up not liking the project. But what that does is you will not satisfy the client, you will not give him the best of your abilities, and at the same time, you will not even be happy. Nobody wins, and your reputation gets damaged. So, if there's an opportunity to take you to a bigger building and the client holds the key, they are not going to open the gates for you. So that's basically it. I know I said a lot of things here, but maybe you can listen to it multiple times if you can't understand. Just think of it like gate building, gate bigger building, bigger gate, bigger building. So you have to know how much will take you to the next level and keep working on it. It's possible for you to stay in a building for a long time, 2 years, 3 years. It's fine. But as long as you keep building and keep building, it's fine till another gate opens for you. All right. So thank you very much for listening, and bye bye.